This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and I have with me now the Samsung Renown for Verizon Wireless. This folder phone has some unique properties to it that you don't often see with phones from Verizon Wireless. To start with, it has built-in quad-band GSM support. So it means if you're in a nation other than the United States and you need connectivity, you're still going to get it with this. Now you're going to need a Verizon branded Vodafone SIM to stick in here ahead of time in order for that to work. It won't just work with any old SIM, any American SIM. So you can't just stick your T-Mobile SIM in this and use it. But it's going to work outside of the US just fine, in spite of the fact that you're not going to find CDMA networks in most countries. In terms of physical design, you can see it's fairly simple. On this edge here we have a 2.5mm headphone jack, or headset jack, depending on what you want to use. It means you're going to need an adapter to use regular stereo headphones. There is a shutter button and then a hold button which locks and unlocks the keys here on the front of the device. You see touch-sensitive keys for music controls and things like that, and you can see I just relocked it by holding down the button. On this side we have the power port. It's Samsung proprietary power port. There's also the volume controls right here. Camera, 2-megapixel fixed focus unit, no autofocus, no flash, located right in the front. On the back, not much to see except for the World Roaming logo from Verizon Wireless saying it's a global phone. If we open up inside, very flat keypad, but a lot of good finger guides here. It has a nice feel to it. It's not going to be the fastest keypad you've ever used, but it's pretty reasonable. D-pad has some interesting metal ridges on it that really offer some good feel in terms of locating where you are. Feedback in terms of using the D-pad itself is pretty decent, and the center button is very easy to select. A solid D-pad that actually moves will be better than just this kind of device, I think, but this is still pretty reasonable for what it does. Dedicated speakerphone and voice dial buttons, call send, call end, and the clear/back button. Main display, QVGA resolution. Both displays actually are capable of 262,000 colors, so which is pretty nice. Pull up the main menu here by pressing the OK button. You can see it's a pretty neat looking theme. Nice brown tones that match the kind of masculine looking brown colors, metallic on the front and just regular paint on the back. But anyway, the theme matches the brown colors of the phone. You can see when you select an icon it turns into a color version of itself, which makes it pretty easily spotted when you're just looking at the screen quickly. Pull up the settings here and you can see you can also move left and right once you're inside one of the menus, just to go from main menu section to menu section. Has support for Verizon's Music Store, Verizon Navigator as well. So you have all the VCAS services, 3G web browsing, all that kind of stuff. Doesn't have a really strong web browser in it. It's not like a smartphone or even one of the high-end feature phones with a full touchscreen, but pretty reasonable nonetheless. And like I've mentioned before, you've got these external music keys, which are pretty neat. But the real key for this phone is the fact that it can work on any GSM network. It's all quad-band GSM support, so it's great for world travelers, people that are stuck on using Verizon because of their company or something like that. They can now use a phone that can easily roam worldwide. So that's the Verizon branded Samsung Renown. I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.